Alright friends, well it's morning time and I need my coffee. So today I'm going to show you guys how to use as well as do a little review of this beautiful double-walled BODUM French press. If you guys find these videos useful, this channel is just a baby, so please subscribe, please like us, give us a couple shares so that YouTube will pick us up and then more people will be able to see these how-tos on doing off-grid stuff. Alright, so let's get right into it. A couple great things about the French press in general. You can make coffee completely off-grid with the French press, and also I've been drinking French press coffee for about 8 years now, and I really think it's the best tasting coffee that you can make. So, it's off-grid and it's delicious. Now let me show you what all these components are. This is going to be your double-walled basin, made by BODUM. I really like BODUM because they just are quality items. Really good stuff. Coffee is no joke to me, so why mess around with your coffee equipment? Okay, so I'm going to put all the links for all the items here in the description below, including the coffee bean grinder. This is your press rod, and this is your screen. This is the lid. Now I've had this particular French press for those 8 years, and it took a tumble here in the bus not that long ago, and it did dent the lid. Other than that, the durability is fantastic. If this is one of the glass French presses, it would have been broken a long time ago. So the rod goes right through the lid here. Then the screw piece, the flange beveled side, that goes on first. So that's facing the top, and that just screws right on there. And then, this guy, you can see there's one side that looks like it'll receive something, and then this side which looks like it's kind of closed off. So you want the side that looks like it'll receive something. It just screws right into this until you can't screw it anymore. You gotta make sure you hold the top part here too, because it's gonna want to turn. Alright, so that's your whole press assembly. You're going to want to take it apart to clean it out every once in a while. Like, it's pretty gnarly. So first thing we're going to do is boil some water. So we're boiling water right now on our wood stove over here. And actually the key is you want to bring it to a boil and then take it off the stove, take it off heat, and wait about 20 seconds. We don't want to burn the coffee. We're not Starbucks. We just want to get it to a point where it's boiling and then let it cool down to about 200 degrees. Anything hotter than that will burn the coffee. So we'll let that boil for a little while. I'm gonna grind some beans. I like to grind my own beans because I think it makes it taste better. It's much more fresh. The aroma is a lot better, and I just think you get all the flavors in the bean that way. Also store it in an airtight container, which seals up, so you can get that real nice, kind of wet, freshly roasted bean flavor. Alright, so note the texture of this coffee. It's not as fine as you would make it if you wanted to put it in a drip. So you want to make it a little more coarse for a French press. Just pour right in there. Alright, now we're going to get our hot water. Cat hair. And we're going to fill it 1/3 of the way. Alright, I'm going to refill this water. Let that boil. Now, the reason I wanted to fill it 1/3 of the way is because you can see all these little bubbles. I don't know if you can or not, hopefully. Alright, so see all those bubbles that are forming and popping in there? The reason that you want to fill it halfway is so that you get all those bubbles out of the coffee. See how it's forming that sort of nice light brown frothy head there that you see on espresso a lot of times. Well, that's actually the nitrogen coming out of the coffee. And if you have too much of that in the coffee, it'll really inhibit the flavor. Alright, so I actually want to start a whole series on off-grid coffee and off-grid beverages. So the next one I'm going to do is going to be on how to use a stovetop espresso maker. And then I'm going to do a full off-grid cappuccino. And then we're going to start getting into the chais and the chai lattes and all that good stuff. So stick around if you're interested in how to make some really good drinks without using any electricity, being completely off-grid. All right, and then we're going to slowly pour it in there. Just not agitate everything. And if you did it right, you should be getting these real nice light brown bubbles, nicely mixed, right up to about the lip rim. All right, so now we're gonna take the lid here and put the top on. And we're gonna let that set for another 2 minutes.
How many minutes?
2 minutes, and then it's gonna be good to go. Delicious coffee. So after it's been 2 minutes, you can go ahead and push the plunger down. Now at this point, I like to think about how much coffee I'm gonna be drinking. Since it's the two of us, we're gonna be killing it. We're gonna drink this whole press. So we can push it down all the way. But if it's just yourself, this double-lined French press keeps coffee really warm for a while. So what I like to do if it's just me is I'll push it down just enough to pour out 1 glass and then let the rest of it keep percolating in the bottom and keep getting more and more rich and more strong down there. If you don't like a really strong cup of coffee, I don't recommend that, but it makes the second cup a nice pick-me-up. But we're gonna go ahead and push it down all the way because we're doing both of our mugs. It should be fairly easy to plunge. If it's too hard to plunge, that means that it's too soon or you put too much coffee in there. And it should also go all the way down. If it doesn't go all the way down, that means you also put too much coffee in there. Then from this point, make sure that this little arrow is lined up with your pour spout. Oh, there's grinds in there. So every once in a while, since this is an 8-year-old French press also, sometimes grounds do sneak through. Usually they float right to the top and you can just pick them out. Yeah, that's good. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned. We're going to do more videos on how to, especially with some delicious coffee drinks. So thanks for watching and subscribe.